Hello everybody, it's Jason in the future. It's June 2021 as I record this. The video you're about to see was recorded last fall. I just picked up this nifty crane gimbal that'll allow me to create videos that are a little smoother. So in this video I go about playing with that. Enjoy the video and we'll see you next week.
Let me drive, let me drive. Put me behind your wheel. Let me drive, let me drive. Put me behind your wheel.
Oh, good day everybody. This is Jason, the RV Knot, and welcome to another video. The other day I received a Crane V2 three-way gimbal to use in making videos to try to make things that are a little more smooth, interesting, etc. And anyway, so it has the ability to go in a bunch of different modes that will either track a given subject or allows you to use a little joystick to, a little thumbstick to point the camera up or down or left to right. Plus, as you hold it vertically in the air, if you twist the handle left and right, the camera will pan left and right. So it'll do a lot of different things, none of which I'm very good at yet. So I just was down to a neighbor's house and messing around, and somewhere in that tree is a chipmunk. But that's using the joystick to point the camera up, and now again to point it down, and I will turn my wrist to the left to kind of turn it that way. It's a pretty heavy thing. With the camera on it, you're talking between 3.5 to 5 pounds, which doesn't sound like a lot, but you know, if you're holding that thing up in the air for a while.
Daisy, come.
Yeah, and
Daisy. Daisy, come on.
Yeah.
Hey. Hey, Daisy.
See, Daisy's a chow, and she has a bit of a mind of her own. Here I've inverted the whole stick so that the camera is now the lowest thing. And now what I've done is I've taken it from horizontal, or upside down to now right side up. And we're just walking along towards the pond down this path. And I'm not making any particular effort to walk smoothly here. This is turning my wrist to the right, and then turning my wrist back to the left, and trying to get used to how that does that speed-wise. I turned this down because the wind was really buffeting hard. But no matter what I do with the camera, it's going to keep the camera pointing level. Oh, here I run.
Gimbal. And man, this thing is awesome. Anyway.
Yeah, so I do some talking here, so this is the future me, and I'll just shut up and let the past me talk here.
Problem right now is that this camera doesn't have a remote that I could hook to this that would allow me to zoom in and out, which is a bit of a shame. And this video camera is admittedly old, but here's some coastal Maine up in the trees.
Yeah, so hopefully I got enough of the wind noise out of that in the edit. But here I'm just using the up-down function of the camera, pointing the camera, and then rotating the handrail left and right. The microphone on this camera is amazing. It picks up everything. We're in a fairly good drought up here, so it is dry, but man, it makes things, you wait till we get a little further in. So it's just a walk in the park. just a walk in the park. You know, hey, you know, sell everything you own, sell your home, buy an RV. It's just a walk in the park. Yeah, so obviously things aren't going as well as I'd like, and that's part of that, my own, you know, problems getting motivated, but there's a lot to it. The battle continues, but Yeah, that's sorry. I wanted to be quiet there because this is kind of pretty. So you can see this gimbal really allows you to move around and do things that, you know, if you were hand holding the camera or even had it on a selfie stick, just wouldn't be the same. This is using that, you know, slowly turning it to the right and the left by twisting your hand. Really weird effect. It's going to take a lot of footage to get truly good at using this. But, yeah, that microphone is super sensitive. Yeah, see, that's where I turned my wrist too fast, and too fast again.
I was going to say, I just got bombed by a couple of acorns.
Oh man, when they come down at a freaking 40 feet high, they're gonna hurt.
Ow. Well, I've got padding on my head,
Huh?
so I got some padding on my head, so I'm all set. Cool beans.
Well, aren't these nice little pieces of scenery with all the freaking light?
Yeah. Played around with a couple of shots for those. Oh, poor thing's front end's coming off of this one.
Is it dropped off?
Yeah.
Have a look at the shadow of the rig.
This takes a lot of the bump out, but not all of it, but a lot of it out.
Well, you know, it doesn't have a little gyroscope in it, but it almost acts like
Well, it does.
Huh?
It does. It's got 3 of them.
it. Does it really?
But it can't absorb.
Honey.
It can't absorb bumps and shocks. Ooh, slow-mo. It's funny, if you slow-mo too much with this editing software, it kills the sound. But if you don't do more than 50% slowdown, it keeps the audio. You'll see that here in a minute. So this is back up at my house, and I thought I'd take a little walk in the woods. Again, I've reduced the sound on the camera way down here because the sound of the crunching of my feet. But yeah, this is my front yard area, and we're just gonna take a walk in the woods, play with the camera, get some footage, practice with the camera, practice with editing. I started making this video, it was like 25 minutes long, and it's like, no, it got to be shorter than that. So I think I've got it down to less than 15 minutes. So yeah, trying to sell off all my sound gear, and of course the economy sucks and nobody wants to really buy it because they can't use it because there's nobody having any events where they would need sound gear, which is a shame. You know. Slow-mo. There's a lot of oak trees on my property. And this is just one of them. Playing with the gimbal, just seeing what we can do. Again, this is using it inverted. And again with a slow-mo that's too slow. And again, I'm not doing anything too extraneous. Man, I gotta turn that crunching down. And it's not doing anything too extraneous to control my my footwork or my motion. Yeah, a little fancy edit thing here that didn't really work, but again, it's all about the practice. I think this with a wider angle lens would be a little more effective. Although, you know, this isn't terrible. But boy, does this make getting a, I don't want to say clever shot, but this makes getting a decent shot so much easier. Wow, I can't believe how strong that microphone is. And we'll just listen. So, a walk in the woods out back, you know? Now here I'm trying to do things with the camera, and failing, but, you know, it gives you a good point of, at this point what I'm trying to do is move the camera right, but turn the camera lens to the left, but I'm kind of doing it, but I don't have the camera aimed correctly, so it's not quite picking it up the way it should. But again, the whole purpose of this was to go out and play, and this is there. That was raising the camera up, pointing the lens down at the same time. I think I'm going to do it again here, trying to work that out. And this is, of course, pointing the camera back up as I move it down. And again, I'm not quite getting it right, but again, it's practice and learning what the system will do. And that was another effect of, you know, pulling out and pointing back down. Yeah, it reacts to input very nicely, so you can really see here. I've got it held straight up, or no, I think I've actually got it inverted at this point. And I do this, and I think, wait a minute, let me do that again. So I backed up, and I was going to cut it out, but I thought, well, I'll just leave it in. So now, boom, there, it's been dropped down. And now I'm going to walk it through again. In the little path back up to the house. So yeah, even with a selfie stick, I think this would come out a lot more jiggly. This video camera has some small amount of image stabilization. It doesn't have a lot, but it does have some, and it does work. So I am getting a little bit of benefit out of that. So that's good. Definitely needs a dead cat on the front of it to kill that wind noise down. Here in the shadow you can see some of the camera, and I slowed it down here in a second to get a better look at the reflection of the camera. It's kind of hard to take a picture of the camera when you're using the camera. So that's it. Yeah. Now you kind of see the three arms of it. There's other video out there I suppose I could clip. And at some point I guess I'll do a better review on the unit itself and how it works, etc. But anyway, that's, yeah, playing around with that, doing a slow-mo, doing an edit. And you know what? I whistle to myself all the time. I didn't really know I did that. Not as much as I do that. But I'm gonna have to make a conscious effort when I'm doing this kind of B-roll stuff that I don't sit there and talk to myself the whole time or whistle all the time. I had some footage I took the other day that I just like, well, you know, if I want to hear the birds in the background, I'm gonna have to have the whistling of me, you know, up front. So this is just, again, playing around with the camera and see what we get. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll try to make a video a little sooner for the next time, and we'll see you next time. Daisy says bye.